Good afternoon, children. So, in the last class, we have learnt about election procedure in our system, in our country, how the election system are being held, in what way the elections are being conducted. According to that one, the first procedure, first system, what we will follow means we will divide the country into different constituencies. So based on that, based on the population, we are going to what we will tell, divide the area. According to that one, the representative will stand in the election. I have told why means for the convenient of for the voters also, and for the convenient to run a government in efficiently. Okay, if you are dividing and if you are giving limitations for your representative means they will concentrate on the development of that area. So same thing, another area, the another representative will concentrate on that one. So in this way they can help to make a better government as well as better society in the world. So that is why for the election, for the representative to get a responsibility, the election commission in our country, they have divided our country into several areas, so that we call in the term constituencies. So same thing, in the last class we have learned reserved constituencies. What are reserved? Why this concept came into existence? Because the weaker section, they will not stand in the election. Okay, because the strong person, if they stand in front of the weaker section means obviously they will get the better vote, and always he will win in the election. So that time that person will not come to know what are their problems. So from weaker section only, if any one representative stand in the election means, then for his betterment as well as for that section betterment, he will work it. So that is why the concept of reserved constituencies are being adopted there. So moving further, now we have divided the constituencies into reserved constituencies and also um, areas. So next, moving further, next step what we will do, in last class we have learned to whom the vote should, the right to vote should be given. In a democratic election, the voter list should be prepared before the election, and the identity card should be given to the each and every citizen. So that we call in the term of electoral roll. Okay, the electoral roll is nothing but in the democratic election, the voters list is prepared by much before the election and given to them. So in our country, everyone has the equal opportunity to select their representative. So in our country, all the citizens aged 18 and above 18 years has been given right to vote. So every citizen has right to vote regardless of his caste, creed, gender, religion. Some of the criminals and unsounded mind, the mentally they are disturbed now, for them the right to vote is being denied. So it is the government to get the name of all eligible voters to put vote after few years. So in the last few years, election photo identity, that is epic card, was being introduced, but it has made not compulsorily during the election we should go and show that epic card only. Instead of that, we can show the another proof like driving license, Aadhaar card, as well as PAN card, ration card. So these are also proof what the candidate they will show, and they will cast their vote. So these three we have discussed in the last class. So moving further, now you have prepared the voter list. Then what you will do? Yes, you will finalize the candidates those are standing in the election. Okay, the political parties as well as the people those are contesting the election. The next procedure, you will try to find out who are the candidates to whom we are going to vote. Okay, so one example I have given here. So this is one identity card. Okay, this is one of the identity card, and this is the list. Okay, I have taken example of Gadag district. So in Gadag district, according to their taluk, how many men, how many women, and how many other people are been there, and totally in that area for assembly election, how much people they will cast their vote. So this is in this way they will make a list. Okay, so these are the people who got the right to vote, to cast their vote during the election. So these two picture what they will identify means the person that ABC, they want to become your representative means that people they will nominate, they will fill the nomination form and then they will give to the election commission. So this is the picture. So you can see some prominent leaders, they are giving their nomination form to the election commissioner there, okay, according to their areas. So those candidates they will stand and they will contest in the election. So the next procedure after making the list, the political parties have to finalize to whom they are going to give the tickets to stand in the election. So that we call in the name of nomination of candidates. So the next step is that the candidates has to do the nomination process as well as procedure to contest in the election. So only the difference is that in order to be a candidate that you want to stand in the election, minimum 25 years you have to, it should get over. Okay, the minimum age to stand in the election is 25 years. Only for 18 years they have given right to vote. So the political parties, whatever regional political parties have been there like BJP, Janata Dal, as well as JDS, Congress, etc. So these political parties, they will nominate the candidates. So those candidates, they will get the party symbol and the support of their followers as well as active members. So the party's nomination is oftenly called in the term ticket. Okay, in news channels as well as in the newspaper you will tell that ticket ಹಂಚಿಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದರು ಈ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಜೆಡಿಎಸ್ ತಮ್ಮ ಅಭ್ಯರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ವಿತರಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ವಿತರಣೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ is nothing but the political parties they will finalize to whom they have to give the tickets to stand in the election. So every person who contest in the election has to fill the nomination form. Okay, compulsory they have to file the nomination form and give some amount of money as a security of a deposit to the election commission. Okay, some amount of money we have to keep as a deposit in the election commission, so that he will be eligible to stand in the election there. The criminal can't stand in the election. So this new system was been introduced by the Supreme Court to avoid the criminals to stand in the election there. Okay, so if they are having any kind of pending cases and if he went to jail and he had came and still the judgment has not been given, so for them the Supreme Court, the criminal cases, the criminal persons, they can't stand in the election. So this new system was been introduced by the Supreme Court to avoid all kind of criminal activities in the political parties as well as in the democracies. So you have nominated the candidates and you have filled the form. So next procedure what you will do? Yes, you will start going and meeting to the people there. Okay, telling that I am your leader and if you are give vote for me, so whatever my government policies are been there, I will try to implement. Okay, you can see a certain pictures here. Okay, so this we call in the term of election campaigning. So after finalizing the candidates, those candidates they will start doing the campaigning, they will start going and visiting the people and they will tell that please cast your vote, valuable vote to my party, political party as well as to my symbol. So if my party come into existence as well as to form a government means we will bring lot of changes in the government as well as in the government policies. So in this way each and every candidate they will go house to house to do the campaigning for the as well as to cast their vote, valuable vote to that candidate. So in this way they will held some of the meetings they will start going visit with them, the followers with their symbol, they will go and they will also tell to cast their vote to that person only. Okay, as well as during the election campaigning, we will see popular slogans also. Okay, may bhi chaukidar. Okay, like Garibi Hatao. Okay, the main purpose of the election to give people to a chance to choose their representative. So why the campaigning they will do means they will try to understand the people choices. What are their different kinds of opinion? Okay. So in the country, such campaigning take place for a 2 week period between the announcement of final list of the candidates and the date of polling. So why this campaign? When this campaigning will take place means between when the elections are, when the finalists come out from the political parties and till the polling date. So there we will see the campaigning. The political leaders, they will do the campaigning there. So during this period, the candidates contact their voters, political leaders address the election meeting, and political parties mobilize their support. So in the last slide, you have seen the pictures where the people are mobilizing and they are telling about their political parties. So political parties start preparing the election month before that actually take place. Okay, so if the elections are nearby means from there only the political parties will start. They will try to concentrate on the problems and major issues. They will try to focus on that one. To whom this year we have to give ticket, to whom we should not give the ticket. So in this way they will start concentrating it. So in the election campaigning, political parties try to focus on public attention and some big issues. Okay, so political parties use slogan during the period of election as well as during the period of election campaigning, like "Achhe din aane wale hai," "Garibi hatao," "Jai Jawan Jai Kisan," "Ab ki बार तो अब होगा नया सरकार," "अब की बार मोदी सरकार." So these are the few examples, few slogans what they will use during the election campaigning. So by seeing that slogans only, the people will come to know the eligibility of that candidate. Oh, if I give my vote to XYZ candidate means, so this kind of work they will do. If they are not doing, in the last classes only I have learned that reward will be given by the people as well as punishment will be given by the people by casting vote against them if they are not doing any kind of election. Okay, if they are not doing any kind of work. Okay, in this way they will try to contact their voters by holding some of the meetings. They will start mobilizing the people, and by using their slogans they will try to attract the voters to cast their vote to that candidate only. So in a democracy, it is best way to leave political parties and the candidates to free to conduct the election campaigning their own way, but it is sometimes necessary to regulate the campaigning to ensure that every political party and the candidate get a fair chance and equal chance to compete in the election. So that is also we have to keep an eye on that one. So the election commission had given some rules and regulation during the period of campaigning. They should not follow certain policies. So according to our election law, no party or a candidate can threaten the voters. Okay, think that if you are not casting the vote for my party means, then I will come and I will teach you a lesson. So like that, threatening should be not given to the voters there. They should not appeal. The candidate or a party should not appeal in the name of caste or in the name of religion. And also they should not use the government resources for election campaigning, and they should not spend. Okay, I have mentioned here no party. You have to mention the no bribe or threaten to the voters, no appeal in the name of caste and religion, no party or a candidate use the government resources for election campaigning, no party or a candidate can spend more than 25 lakh for the Lok Sabha election as well as 10 lakh in a assembly election. So if they are doing so means, then their nomination whatever they have filed na, it will be cancelled. Okay, that candidate cannot stand in the election there. So that is why during that time, the policemen as well as the higher authority, always they will ride on some political, uh, they will keep an eye on some political leaders, so that if they are doing any kind of illegal work means, then straight away the case will be done on that XYZ candidate there. So they have to follow, if they are standing in the election means they have to follow the election law which has been uh, given by the political election commission there. Okay, so during the election, every party should accept the code of conduct for the election campaigning. Code of conduct is nothing but according to the laws. Okay, I will tell the code of conduct, the term. What is the meaning of code of conduct means? A set of norms and guidelines to be followed by the political parties and contesting the candidates during the election time. So whatever rules I have said before, those rules and regulations has to be followed by the political parties as well as by candidates. So that we call in the name of code of conduct. So no party or a candidate should use the worship in the name of worship as well as election propaganda. So they should not use any kind of government vehicles, aircraft, official for elections. And once the elections are being held, the ministers as well as that forming government, they should not let the foundation for any kind of new project or to take any kind of big decisions when the elections are being announced, and make promises that providing the public facilities. So these rules and regulations compulsorily the political parties as well as the uh, candidates, they have to follow. So we call in the name of code of conduct there. So next one we call next procedure of election system in our country, that campaigning has been done. Now each and everyone, the people are going and casting their vote. So next procedure is polling and counting of votes. Okay, the final stage of election is the day when the voter cast their vote. That day usually we call in the name of polling day. So voters go near the polling booth, which are situated in the government school, local school, or a government office. When they will enter in the office, they will put one mark in the hand. So in this way they will put the mark, and that person, uh, he or she, they can go and cast their vote. A person will be there in the polling booth to ensure that the voting is taking place in a fair way. One officer will be there to see that whether the voting is movingly smooth or not. Earlier, the voters used to indicate who they wanted to vote by putting a stamp on a ballot paper. Okay, you can see a picture of ballot paper here. So they have to put one mark on that symbol, so that they have cast their vote for this party. So afterwards, they have introduced new technology at the present situation, that is EVM machines. Okay, so in the EVM machine, all the candidate name and the symbols are being entered. So the people, those who want to cast their vote, they should just press on this button, and here one VVPAT, one more machine will be there to verify whether you have casted your vote for a particular person, for which button you have pressed now, whether your vote has been given to that person or not. Okay, for your clarification, the VVPAT has been introduced, whether you have given whether you have casted the vote to whom the voter want to give the vote for that candidate. So nowadays, instead of using the ballot paper, nowadays we are using the EVM machine for the casting of vote. So nowadays electronic machine, that is EVM, are being used to cast their vote. So the machine show the name of the candidate and the political party symbol. So independent candidate have to their own symbols. Even independent candidate can also stand in the election allotted by the election officials. So there also they are having the symbols, so the voters can vote for the independent person also. A1, the voter has to do press the button against the name of the candidate he or she want to give the vote. So once the polling is over, EVM machines are being sealed and they are being taken to a secure place where the security is there. Secure place they will take, and they will keep all kind of EVM machine. So one date they will fix to open the EVM machine, and they will start counting the vote, how much that candidate secured in the election. So the candidate who secure highest number of vote from their constituencies, that person has been declared as an elected representative of the people. So always the TV channels, radios, newspaper report this event within a few hours, and after all the counting, when the results are being declared, the people will come to know which party is forming the government for 5 years. So this is the procedure and this is the system what we will follow in our country. So for 5 marks we may ask the election system which is following in our country. Okay, you have to explain all these terms. Okay. So I hope today's class you have understood. In the next class, I am going to explain what makes election in India a democratic. So in that you are going to learn about Independent Election Commission, uh, which came into existence. So what are its function, that we are going to learn in the last class. And afterwards, challenges to free and fair elections. Some challenges are being uh, expressed, okay, to conduct the free and fair election. So if you are having any kind of doubt in the procedure as well as the system of election in our country, just pin your question in the group so that I will try my level best to sort out your problem. So signing out, have a great day. Bye everyone.